Hey, and welcome back to Greenmark Builders TV. Today we're going to talk about how to build a landing. It's cold here. We're sitting at minus 22 and we're freezing our buns off. So if you're wondering what all this extra gear is, it's so I can survive during this video. The first thing we do is we measure from the bottom of the door frame. That's 37 1/4. And we check both sides because usually it's sloped, so we got 36 7/8. So when I build my landing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this number here by 7. That's the height of each riser, including the drop for our landing. So now that we know that number, what we do is we take from the top of our landing, mark that. That's actually going to be the top of our plywood. We're using 5/8 plywood. We go with the mark 5/8 lower because that's our framing height. Then we transfer our mark to the other side. And now it's time to build our landing. So what we do is we get the size we want. And this one is going to go 4 feet. Just for a sheet of plywood. And then we cut our joists. We're going to clear the area. So I bring my landing up to the proper height. You see I marked a stud there. Put a couple shots in there. My corner to where it needs to be. My next move, get the length of my block. So this piece here is just a double, so it kind of acts as a beam. All right, now it's time to throw our sheeting on. The guys working on the site, they love it as soon as these landings and stairs go in. Just like I said in the last video. Make everybody's life easier, everybody's happy. Make sure you mark your joists on the wall. See how I've done that? What you do is just put your level in there, hit the nail, front, find that nail. There you go. Nail away. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to lay out my stringers. Because these are just garage stairs, I'm just going to use blocks for cleating on the side. So what I like to do is I like to leave 1 inch along the bottom of the stringer. So I mark 1 inch all the way along. This is the same width as what my step is going to be. That's 9 1/4. So we have to have a 1 inch nosing overhang of the tread. So what we'll do for our tread, this area, this length will be our tread. So because we're 9 1/4, I'm going to mark 8 1/4. 7 7/8, your max height. I always start back a little bit. So we go 7 7/8. And this is our last rise. So what we do is we extend this line through. You'll see why as soon as I make my cut. So what happens here is we're gonna have 1.5 inch material along the top. So what I like to do, that's gonna be what our tread is. So from here to the bottom, when we put our blocking in, our blocking is all gonna sit right here. So when we put this piece in place, it should fit perfectly, and it does. So instead of laying out two, what I do is I cut the first one, make sure it fits, then I trace the second one. I always like to eliminate making mistakes if you can. So that's why I just trace that right there. So, cut out the second one. Take my stringers, I go back to back with them, then I take my square and I mark my points. Double checking yourself just to eliminate any mistake that could happen. And that's your stairs. Mark where your cleating's going. So 8 1/4 is our number. Cleating is the support underneath each side of your tread. When you put your cleating on, make sure you angle your nails so they don't stick out through. You might want to use screws, but I actually prefer nails because they don't shear off like screws do. They've got a lot more shear strength. So I take my straight edge, I eyeball along the bottom of my stringer, and I mark it just so it looks nice. Doesn't look like an amateur built your stairs. So because our width is over 36 inches, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a center stringer as support. So this is just a piece that gets cut out. 1, 2, 3, so mark one more. Once we've established the width of our stairs, these ones are going to be 48 plus 1.5 inches on each side for our stringers. So this is where our stringer is going to end. What we need to do is measure down here to the floor and measure here to the floor. Garage floors are usually sloped. They should be sloped. So there's probably going to be some discrepancies. So we need to make sure the bottoms are cut to the proper height so then our stair treads are level. Couple nails. Put my center stringer in. So that's how you build and install a set of garage stairs. I'm Mark from Greenmark Builders TV. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and stay warm. See you next time.